Welcome back on Your Corner in Baltimore City, where more than $90 million is going toward the renovation of 200 townhouses in the Poppleton neighborhood. So the Baltimore Affordable Housing Development is leading the renovation of the Towns at the Terraces community. That's what it's going to be called. The renovations include appliance upgrades, new flooring, updated fire alarms, and much more. New facilities will also be built on site, including a management office for the community. Well, it sounds like a great deal. Invest in rental property in Baltimore. Someone else will manage the property, collect the rent, and you take home the profits. That pitch has persuaded a number of foreign investors, most recently from Argentina, to hand over money. The problem is the houses aren't fit to rent and the profits don't arrive. And that is the subject of a new report by Justin Fenton with our media partner, the Baltimore Banner. Justin is joining us tonight. Thanks for coming in, Justin. Appreciate it. All right, so you cite an Argentinian man, Fernando Plastino, who purchased hundreds, up to 200 houses in distressed areas of the city, West Baltimore, etc., and then promised people he was going to turn them into rental properties. Well, what happened?
Yeah, this has been an interesting reporting journey that actually started 3 years ago with the simple premise of trying to answer who is responsible for these vacant homes, these homes that are falling apart, that have trees growing out of them. I expected to find some local investors who we could sort of name and shame, ask them why they're doing these things, but I stumbled onto something unexpected, which was that there was these networks of people selling homes to people in foreign countries. It was first one company selling them from Hong Kong to Chile to Israel, then another one in Turkey, and there was this other person who was on my radar who owned a lot of homes, but I didn't have much insight into it. So people came forward recently and told me, we're investors from Argentina. This man who lives in Potomac, Maryland, told us we should invest in Baltimore property. We'd make lots of money, and we haven't seen that. And so the story on the Baltimore Banner site goes into sort of what's going on with this latest unfortunate foreign investor scheme.
Why Baltimore? Like these foreign investors, why target our city and these particular neighborhoods?
The investors in many cases are actually like well-to-do people in their countries who have extra cash, and they're told that these investments, we have a stable currency, stable investment market, we're close to DC, and that this is sort of guaranteed money, but they don't really know what they're getting into, that these properties are not, they're in bad shape, as you mentioned, and there's a lot more work that goes into it. So at worst, people have alleged that this is sort of a Ponzi scheme situation. In the light most favorable, they're saying these people get in over their heads. They don't realize how much work it's going to take. They take on too many properties. Yeah,
you think, oh, well, these must just be a bunch of crooks, but you cite the fact that some of these investors actually came to Baltimore thinking that they were going to see places that were being rented and then discovered that this was not the case.
Yes, several of them have sort of tried to take control of the situation. They found different property managers. They're trying to salvage what's going on, but others have sunk a ton of money in already, and they don't have any more to put in. So they're sort of in flux, and unfortunately that leaves these neighborhoods in a bad shape.
Yeah, because it's not good for the city either. It would be wonderful if they did fix them up and rent them out. Yeah. Interesting report, as always, Justin. Thank you for coming in to read Justin's report and other great reporting from our media partner, the Baltimore Banner. Go to thebanner.com.